to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and Jay.
Shalom, Biggie.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, my friend?
I'm very, very
God,
well.
I didn't like those shorts. Damn it.
Yeah, they're Pranas.
Yeah.
They're my blue ones.
Pradas. I think you meant Prada.
No.
No Prana. Those blue ones are nice.
I don't know why you diss the brand, Mike.
Well, because I think it's trying to, it's like Mikey. Like I was saying, you know, like, oh, it's not Nike shoes I'm wearing, they're Mikey's, they're knockoffs. And when I hear Prana, I think that.
And
but
they're so distinctly different styles that they don't even worry about that.
Well, you got me. I'm so bummed.
Got you
like,
wondering, don't you?
Yeah, you did, man. I'm sorry, but you really got me worked into a stew the last couple days. I'm like, am I really, like, I never wanted to be a dork without realizing I was a dork. Like, I don't mind being a dork, but I want to know, like, I'm wearing jorts, and they're not cool. And
I'm feathering my hair and wearing jorts.
Right. I'm perming the back of my hair, you know, like Matt did, which looked amazing. And now I'm a fucking giant dork, but I don't like not knowing I'm a dork.
No, it was just that one pair that really, I don't know, struck me. The Easter colors, the pastels.
Yeah, I know.
It was striking.
But then when Brandon was like, yeah, cargo shorts are kind of the new jorts, and I was like, oh, fuck. I've been wearing those for years.
I'm not going to dog you on the
idea.
cargo shorts.
No idea. I got to go short shopping.
Maybe.
I have to. I have to go short shopping. God, it's killing me. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. E just dropped a bomb on us.
He definitely did.
Right before the show, he's like, by the way, I watched The Godfather. It stinks. We're like,
The Godfather?
one of the most iconic movies ever. And E declares that it's too slow for him.
The Marlon Brando Godfather. He's just.
Yes.
Are you saying it's overrated? Overrated. Is that what you're saying?
I've always caught very small pieces back when I had regular, I would watch regular TV, like an AMC would be on.
Yeah.
And finally, I was sitting one day a few weeks ago or so, and I have Netflix, and I'm like, I'm going to watch The Godfather, not cut in, not commercials, not edited.
Yeah.
And I didn't get through half of the first one, dude. I just didn't.
I like The Godfather. I think it's a good movie. People say they like Godfather 2 a lot. I remember going Christmas Day with Ed Seke and Osterbeck to see The Godfather 3.
Awful, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people 3 sucks.
Brutal. Because I hadn't seen the first 2
Oh.
when I saw 3, and it was like, this movie
wait, what?
stinks.
Wait a minute, what? You hadn't even watched?
No.
I guess that would have been when did Godfather 3 come out, because that might have been when you couldn't necessarily just have them at home, right? Could you not have had them on VHS yet? Because that's
I don't
a weird
know,
time.
91, probably 90 or 91.
You probably could have.
Whenever it came out in the theaters. I mean, we saw it in the theater Christmas morning.
Oh, I understand that, but I forget that there was a time, like, where, like, if you hadn't seen the movie in the theaters, if they had
Did
before
anything
VHS
jump out
came
at you, E, like where you're like, oh, I've heard that drop for years. I had no idea.
I mean,
say hello to my little friend, from Scarface or something.
There was famous
like, those
things.
crack me up when that happens.
There was famous things that I'd always known about, the horse head and the, waking up with the horse head, make you an offer you can't refuse that he gives to the singers.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Kind of the wedding and generally it starts with the wedding, obviously, and stuff. And
what movie is it, Jay? For the famous from the Guns N' Roses? What we've got here is
Cool Hand Luke.
failure to communicate.
Cool Hand Luke.
Is that Cool Hand Luke? Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. I like older movies. I will watch movies with my dad on AMC, not AMC, but the channel that plays old movies where there are no commercials even. I forget what my dad watches these. And so my point is I will watch slow movies from the 50s and shit.
Yeah.
And
But
I
you
just
hated
did
The
not-
Godfather.
I did not like The Godfather, man.
Just too slow? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's the one with the wedding, right? The family's throwing the wedding for...
I have an admission.
Oh no.
I don't love The Godfather either.
Oh, no.
I read the book before I saw the movie, really liked the book.
Oh, you're one of those nerds.
And,
book is
uh,
always better, Mike.
I know it is, but...
And I'd always heard of this, the iconic Godfather, you got to see it, blah, blah, blah. I was on vacation one time, I'm like, all right, I'm going to read this book. And so then I saw the movie, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Did you see
Not
it
as good as the book.
Yeah. One of those guys. Did you see it years after it came out? 'Cause
Oh,
that's what
yeah,
I did.
yeah.
And I liked it fine. Goodfellas to me is the ultimate mobster movie.
I wasn't born when it came out, dude. You were, but I wasn't. Godfather, 1972.
72.
Yeah.
What month of 72?
Not sure.
Because it's possible I wasn't born yet either.
Anyway, I have not seen 2 or 3, so I was not even inspired to see 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So it's not one of these like iconic movies in my mind. Like it
Yeah.
hasn't moved me.
It didn't
in
move
any
me
way.
either, but I could see why people...
March of 72.
March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, I wasn't born yet. I wasn't even born yet when that movie came out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, but I love the scene when
Did you
James
have to go
Caan's
from March
character...
to September?
Yeah, I did.
I know. He had to figure out.
March, wait,
Is
was it
March before September?
Yes, he just did.
September, yeah, no, I wasn't even born yet. I love the scene James Caan's character, I can't remember his name. Sonny. Gets lit up as shit at the toll booth. I mean, that's a great scene.
Is that in 1 or 2? It must be in
That's
1.
in 1. Yeah,
Shit,
that's
I
in
didn't
1.
even make it to that.
Wow,
And
that-
I've seen that scene before, though, because, again, I've
That's
said
not
I came
fair,
in...
E, because a lot of movies have their, like, climate. Like,
watched
I
half
ragged
of
on
it,
Jay
dude.
for Wonder Woman. When he went and he was like, him and Gab bailed halfway through it. It was like, dude,
We tried. We tried so hard.
it's not a great movie.
No.
I finally watched it. It was on HBO or something. I finally watched it. I was
How
like,
long was
yeah,
it?
I can see why Jay bailed. I can understand. I stayed.
Oh man, you're
I
making me
s-
feel bad again. Listener Joe bought me
yeah.
those tickets. I feel so bad. I tried, Joe.
I swear to God, I got about
Gleek
halfway
if
through.
Gleek would have appeared, oh my God, I'm in, right?
Unbelievable. Yeah,
The
would've-
Space Monkey.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
God,
I got halfway through that movie and I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, this is probably where Jay bailed. Probably he and Gab were probably walking out right about now. And it was when the fucking scientist chick with the mask
Totally.
in her lab, and
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, this is where Jay walked.
Jumped
he was
the
like,
shark at that
I've
point.
had enough.
Yeah.
And it got better. I mean, the second half of the movie is
Did it?
better. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
well,
just
Godfather...
because it, amps up and she turns into Wonder Woman, but
Godfather is 2 hours and 58 minutes. I think I made it to an hour and a half. I think about an hour and a half. I walked up and said to my dad, "Look,
What
dude,
did
I
you-
gave
what
it
did
an
you-
hour and a half. I just couldn't." I
Yeah,
didn't-
when Michael goes to Sicily and stuff, and he sort of gets exiled over there, or they put him in hiding there, that sort of
Yeah.
slows down a bit. There are some slow moments. I get it. Either.
that's how I get with Full Metal Jacket. Like, I can watch Full Metal Jacket that first hour through boot camp with Arlie Ermy.
I don't have a huge recollection of
Oh.
Full Metal Jacket.
Only queers and steers
Yeah,
come
no,
from
we
Tiger.
watched
like,
that
like
scene the
all
other day,
that
but-
shit. Like, I can watch it, but when they go to actual war, when they graduate and then they go to war, it's
Done
like,
with it.
nah, I'm done, I'm out. But that's where you get the famous lines like, $10 anything you want. You know that they were in like the, what was it, Two Live Crew? Remember that the drops from the fucking,
like You So Horny or
yeah,
something like that? or...
me so horny, me love you wrong time. Like, those are all from that movie. But yeah, I get an hour in and I'm like, I watched a full movie. This was a full movie,
Yeah.
and now it's a totally different movie, and I don't care about it. But
Matthew Modine didn't hold your interest.
no, Matt Modine. I think that was the first movie that Vincent D'Onofrio did too.
Don't know him.
He was the Pyle character.
Oh,
Holy fucking shit, Pyle! Where he's sneaking donut. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie. Godfather, I liked. I never saw part 2. Part 3, I walked out of.
that was 1990, by the way.
1990. Okay.
Holy shit, they waited that long. Wow.
Yeah.
They must have really needed to make some money or thought. I mean, they
Is
waited.
he going to get pounded for this declaration, or you, Jake?
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't like either. I mean, it's a classic, right? I mean,
I
that's,
think generally it's considered a great movie, right? I think most people, probably
Yeah.
80%
I would
of
say-
people out there would be like, "Oh, fuck you," that's a great movie.
I think I said to you guys, I will say I'm not the biggest. Honestly, I'm just not the biggest in general mobster
Story.
kind of movie. I always just think like it's always
Really?
just. I get over the fact of like, oh my god, you know what happens when I watch mob movies a lot of times? I just get mad at the fact that like, dude, why would you even want to live this life? Like you're it's just watching your back every step of the way,
Yeah, it
and
would
everyone's
suck.
like, oh man, I love you, hug you, and then it's like. Kill him, and it's just
Yeah,
kind of
I-
like I get over that
I'm
lifestyle.
kind of with you, E.
I
I don't
kinda
find
am
it that
too.
compelling either. Like,
it's like, my word is my bond. If
Yeah.
I say it, it's going to happen.
and you're like,
And
whatever.
then
man.
you give him a hug, and it's like, put a bullet in his head. It's like, but you just told him your word is every, like,
There always are those shocking moments, like, oh fuck, you just killed him,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And there are some pretty gruesome, like Goodfellas,
oh, the
shooting people.
knife in the
Yeah,
fucking,
really, yeah. There's
you
some,
can't hit a made man, though, Jay. You
there's
know
some
that. There's some
scenes
rules.
that cause you epic scenes,
Yeah.
that you remember. But I'm kind of with E, man. That just the general mob story doesn't grab me.
But see, everyone's got their shit, man. I like
But
westerns.
that was like a
so
true
someone could
story, though.
easily
Goodfellas was based on a true, the Lufthansa heist. You know, where they stole like 12 million bucks or whatever, and got a, you know, that's the Henry Hill story.
So people like it because it's true, or what?
Well, you know, I mean, you can watch that shit and go, oh wow, this is actually based on a true story. That's insane.
I kind of remember actually liking Goodfellas. So,
It's a
but
great movie.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Sorry.
You like the Goodfellas.
Good fellows. These are some good fellows.
Who am I? Like I said, who am I to say? I like
Goodfellas.
westerns. I mean, and so someone could easily be like, dude, westerns are all dumb. So
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Well, you and I, Jay, what was the famous one? Rosebud.
Oh my God.
Which is
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane, which is like historically as
Oh, it's
classic as The
considered
Wizard of
by
Oz, and it's
one
like
of the greatest films ever. It's
it's
awful.
awful.
Yeah.
It's boring as shit.
I need to see if that's
And
on Netflix. I actually wouldn't mind watching it, just for my own.
I don't care if you spoil it.
Jesus.
What is Rosebud, Jay?
It's a fucking sled.
It's a
Jesus,
sled.
If you can't make it through more than an hour of The Godfather, you're not making it through
Okay,
25
okay.
minutes
You
of Citizen Kane.
You have no chance in Citizen Kane.
Okay.
The 1941 drama mystery Citizen Kane.
What does it say in there? Are you reading like a plot description there?
When a reporter is assigned to decipher newspaper magnate Charles Foster Kane, Orson Welles' dying words, his investigation gradually reveals the fascinating portrait of a complex man who rose from obscurity to staggering heights. Blah, blah,
It
blah.
has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yes.
You got to be shitting me.
See, everybody, it's just one of those things. Everybody has to put that they like it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Well, it's such a classic.
I'm educated.
It's iconic.
I'm highbrow.
if my opinion is going to be taken seriously on anything,
Rosebud. It's
It's a sled.
It's a sled. Yep, it's a sled that you would go down a hill with. Rosebud. Sorry to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet, but I remember being in that college class, well, college, you know, at OCC, and it was like, oh, cool, we're just gonna watch movies. This is awesome, and falling asleep halfway through that movie, like this movie blows. This is not cinema.
Are you transposing your college experience with mine? Because I had that history of film and documentary class
Sure.
at State where I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, but you had the teacher that was like wrote Top Gun.
Jim Cash,
and
writer of Legal Eagles, Top
Sure.
Gun, and Turner and Hooch.
I like Turner and
Did
Hooch.
ya?
Yeah, it's a good dog.
Yeah.
It's a good
He
partner.
does that thing where he goes like this with his
shake,
lips,
shake, shake.
and all the spit goes on
Yeah,
Tom Hanks, his
Tom
friend.
Hanks is, oh man, Hooch, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Which one was Hooch? Was Hooch the dog?
Hooch-
or?
Hooch was the
Hooch
dog,
is the dog, yeah. Anyway, we're tearing down like cinematic greatness through the history of Hollywood. We've shit on Citizen Kane,
I don't know. I mean,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. I think
The
everybody,
Godfather.
you know, can have their opinion on this shit. You don't have to just take everybody's word for it that Citizen Kane is groundbreaking and awesome, or that even Godfather is. Take a look
Yeah.
at it, see what you think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like I said,
I know
look, I
some of these
wanted to
things-
like it. I
Did you ever
wasn't
see
like I went in
Taxi
there.
Driver, by the way?
I've seen parts of it.
Yeah. And that's another one that's like, oh, you haven't seen Taxi? You have to see this. I'm going to buy it for you on DVD. You have to. And it's like, you talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Like the you know, and it's all right. It's fine. He's got
Yeah.
the mohawk, and you know, what was it? De Niro. De Niro's big role, and you know,
I find they don't serve
All right.
a ton of purpose other than just knowing where these iconic phrases came from.
Yeah.
Because they are, for whatever reason,
I actually
they
didn't realize
became,
that's where that came from. So
yeah, yeah.
You know, all these movies have something in them. You know,
Yeah.
these classics where you go, oh, okay, that's the phrase. That's where
What
that comes
we've
from.
got here
Here
is
is- right.
failure to communicate.
You know, or the Mrs. Robinson movie that names The Graduate.
Yeah.
Lots of shit
What's
came
the
out of
famous line from?
Are you trying to seduce me?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably. Yeah, that's probably the
something
one
like
I'm
that.
thinking of. You trying to seduce me?
It's a line about plastics, too.
Yeah.
But you watch it and you go, oh, okay, there you go. All right, now I've got that,
Yeah.
that stake in the sand of my mind of where that comes from. But other than that, if you're not entertained by it, turn the shit off and watch something more contemporary.
Get through it, because the end could just be. I mean, dude, you've probably missed a lot of great reveals in movies. You know,
Turn
when
your shit off and turn on a goddamn superhero movie and enjoy.
I mean, The Usual Suspects is slow, but the end of that when
Kaiser Sose.
Kaiser Sose when he's doing the limp down the sidewalk.
Don't spoil it,
and then
Mike.
starts walking. Oh my god! And then the
Spoiler alert.
detective realizes that all the references are shit taped to
I
his
can't
wall.
believe you just
Oh!
revealed that.
Kaiser
For people who
Sose.
haven't seen Usual Suspects.
Well, it came out in like '92, so I'm, it's like spoiling,
Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah, the gay volleyball scene. Anyway, speaking of movie makers, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about who was it? Jason Spencer, the rep.
The Georgia State rep.
Yeah, the guy yesterday that was,
Who was fooled into making racist remarks and trying to rub his
And he
naked
was.
ass on Sacha Baron Cohen.
Dude, I guess I didn't watch this, but I guess if you watch the credits and afterwards he plays more clips and he's like, all you sand N-words. Like, dude, what the are you kidding me? Like,
There is a camera crew in front of you, right, dude?
a giant one. There's a all you sand N-words need to hear me. You come over here, I'm gonna cut your dick off and jam it in your mouth and make you eat it. Try to kill us, take us down, you sand ends. And I'm like,
Wow.
are you fucking dude? You're literally a state representative. Are you like you can't be this stupid, but he is.
Even if you, for some reason, are not ignorant as a human being, you think you'd want to like your career. Like there's a camera there. Like
You would like.
Even
Like
if you're
some-
not a politician, but rather you work as a stock boy at Meijer, you don't want
Right.
to say these things.
Right. You would know, right? Like
Yes.
if I went, JR, I got this script I'm working on. I'm going to need you to say these things. I've got them cue carded for you. And you're like, yeah, when I get to that part where I scream the N-word 3 times, yeah, can we change that? I'm not comfortable doing that.
Yeah, you got to wonder about people who that doesn't give pause to.
Like we see people go down to Chinatown for a dumb tweet where they don't even swear. They just, their sentiment is off. And you see them go down. It's like, all right, let me get this straight, Jason. You're going to be on camera screaming the N-word, saying sand N, and trying to rub your naked butt on this guy going, I'm going to turn you into a homo. I'm going to turn you into a homo. America.
Has
You
he
don't
come
think
out
this
and
is-
tried to defend himself?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
what is his explanation? He's been
He's
taken
quit
out
now.
of context.
Finally, after enough people were like, dude, you got to go. He's like, fine, I'll leave. At the end of the month, I'll leave. Here's what he said. You want
the month. What's he gonna be doing?
He's sitting at his desk. He's got important shit he's got to wrap up.
Still got to work for the
To get his
people.
final bi-weekly paycheck.
It's actually a good question. Like, what is he going to do the next 2 weeks? Sit there like, yeah, probably should put a bow on this. I started this thing a few months ago. I need to wrap this up before I get out of here. No, dude, you can just go. You can just go now. Here's his statement. The makers of this film fraudulently induced me into participating in bogus self-defense and anti-terrorism training after they learned of the legislation I introduced in November 2016 that provoked death threats against me and my family. So he's a victim. He's a victim now. They learned, they took advantage of my fears that I would be attacked by someone inspired by the vile rhetoric used against me. I was told the video was intended to be an educational aid to train elected officials who may... Really?
Why don't you level with me then?
You thought you screaming the N-word on camera was going to be used as a training video for future politicians. Sure. That makes perfect sense.
Now I got you.
So it's going to train elected officials who might be targets of terrorists down the road, because they're obviously targets. Threats to public officials are real, as we've seen with the assassination attempt of Steve Scalise. He's the whip that was shot in the hip, right?
Yeah.
They exploited my state of mind. Wait. And so he says, yeah, the Steve Scalise shot in the hip whip guy, which occurred 1 month prior to my contact with the filmmakers. They exploited my state of mind for profit and notoriety. Dude, you sound like a pushover pussy, don't
Totally.
you? Don't you just sound soft and weak?
I think at
manipulated?
best, all you can do is just go, look, I'm a total ass. You know,
Yeah.
they did. Now, just so you know where I'm coming from, this happened to me in the past. It doesn't excuse it. I feel like a total jackass. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah.
I'm standing there yelling racial slurs.
I thought these were friends of mine.
Yeah.
I didn't, I feel like
Things
a
got
jackass.
out of hand while we were on camera, and I'm an ass.
Yeah, I'm an ass. What are you going to do? You saw my ass, and I'm an ass. It's clear the makers of this film intended to deceive me in an attempt to undermine
Yes.
the American conservative political movement. Therefore, I have sought legal counsel to challenge this illegal and unethical behavior and plan on taking action if and when any of this fraudulently obtained material of me is used by these Hollywood liberals to line their own pockets. This is why Trump was elected president.
Hollywood liberals. He blames it on the libs.
He was outfoxed by these Hollywood
Yeah.
liberals who got him on camera screaming
Tricked
the
him.
N-word. Hangers! Hangers!
Just tricked.
I was so fooled. How did I not see it coming? I should have known. Fucking moron. So he's stepping down. I guess that's good. Did you see the tapes that were released yesterday of former attorney for Trump, Cohen, Michael
Speaking
Cohen?
of deceit, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Because that was like, why would a fucking attorney be tape recording his client?
It's arguably very unethical.
Extremely. I was going to ask you, because I know you guys you guys lawyers tend to take extensive notes and have a lot of fucking stacks of paper. Like, you guys are known for feet-high stacks of paper.
Killed a lot
of
of trees, Mike.
Yeah, lots of trees. You guys are not green at all. And he was like, well, I would record people so I could, then go back and take notes. And that's what this and I'm like, boy, oh boy, that sounds...
Doesn't that whole thing sound weird where you hear him, like, clipping on the microphone or flipping on the microphone and, like, hiding it, and then it's like you picture the king in front of his court and people are, like, coming before the king to do their business.
Oh, I know.
And
Give
so,
me a Coke, please.
Yeah, and then one lady has her business taken care of, she leaves, and then it's like Michael steps up, it's his turn.
Yeah, it's funny
Your
you say
Excellency.
that. Trump
We
is
have a
sitting
matter.
there, and I'm like, wait, that totally doesn't make sense what he just said there. And it's like, okay, honey, have a great day.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, sweetheart. I'm like, is he talking to Cohen?
Just
And it's
different,
like, no,
different
his wife just sauntered in, and
business being taken care of on 8 different fronts. 9 balls in the air.
I don't have a problem with people recording their conversation to then, be able to go, oh yeah, I remember exactly what he said. I can quote this properly. Reporters do this all the time, but the way they do it is they go, here's my recorder in the middle of the fucking room with a microphone. We're recording this so I can jot this down later.
It's not even legal to do in some states. Some states are 2-party states where you need the consent of both parties to a conversation before you tape it. Michigan is a 1-party.
I was going to ask you.
It's
Yeah,
not
Michigan
even
is.
legal in some states. So, and then you put it in the realm of ethics, and it becomes even worse.
Yeah. Do you think he could be in trouble for that? Like, dude, these are private conversations with your attorney. That's very protected.
Yeah, I've not seen anybody
speech.
talk about that. But this could be a disbarment issue down the line, depending on how deep this goes.
I mean, I don't know what the version of HIPAA is for lawyers, but I would think that you have protection when you're dealing with your lawyer.
Well, it would be an ethical violation. Like, he's violated the ethics of being a member of the bar.
I did hear someone say, if this was recorded while Trump was in Florida and Cohen was in New York, he could have some problems because maybe one of them is one of those
Florida
one-party.
is.
Florida's
In
two-party
Florida,
consent.
In the Florida, all parties must consent to the recording.
Yeah. So I don't know where Trump was,
Didn't
and
it sound like they were standing in front of each other?
it kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you listen to it? I couldn't. I was
I
having
couldn't
trouble
make it
making out.
honestly.
Like,
And then both sides, like, didn't they submit transcripts of what they claim was said?
yeah.
Sort of some mumbles or talking over each other, as you would expect in a normal conversation. But it was
Yeah.
hard I listened to it twice and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't make out exactly what they're
Definitely
talking
hear the
about.
word cash come up. It definitely suggests he knows of the issue. If we can assume this issue is related to this McDougal, the Playboy model,
Yeah.
trying to sell her stories.
She's hot as shit. I remember meeting her in the heyday
Yeah.
of her from that Playboy shoot that she did. She came in studio and was like, oh my God, this girl is an absolute knockout. Super nice girl. I have an autograph of hers somewhere. Autograph 8x10. But, I was kind of with Trump, when he said it, it ends really weird. Like, what's up with that ending? I'm in the middle of saying something, all of a sudden the tape cuts off. Like, that's not where that tape cut off.
Right.
So you think Cohen is flipped and is going to roll on Trump? It sounds like he is. I mean, with these tapes and stuff.
Sounds like Cohen is just going to
Save his
take
ass.
part in the investigation, and I don't know.
You said that right out of the gate. You were like,
Well,
this dude is not going to
on.
fucking do 20 years for this ass.
Who would?
Yeah.
Who fucking would?
Well, Cohen was bragging about, my guy, blah, blah, blah. I remember him bragging about how much he'd go to bat for Trump and never roll on him, all that shit. But I don't know. Rudy Giuliani said there are no other tapes with the president. I guess there were 12 tapes that were confiscated. And this all comes from that raid they did of his office, his home. I think he had a couple offices. And so they're like, oh, there's much more. There's 12 tapes. And Giuliani's like, we've heard them all. We've got transcripts of them all. Trump is only on this one. What you heard is what you heard. There's no others. But other people are saying there are. So we have all the tapes in our possession. We have transcripts of all of them. We're comfortable with them. And there are no others. Alan Dershowitz, I love to listen to Alan because he flips because he's a Democrat, and he keeps defending Trump anytime he's on TV.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's nothing impeachable here. What are you doing? Stop it.
I don't know that he keeps defending Trump. He seems to be objective.
Yeah.
And his background gives him suggests that because he is a liberal Harvard law professor.
Yeah.
Criminal professor, criminal
What is
defense
he most
attorney.
known for?
I mean,
what was the big case?
Being
like,
a forever Harvard law professor, and
was he on
he was
OJ?
on the OJ team.
He was
yeah.
on the OJ team. Okay, all right. I knew there was a giant trial that he was a part of, that people, that he came into, the public's realm. But so he said the tape was a big deal about nothing, and that Cohen shouldn't have recorded this. The end result is no payments were made, no cash was given. There's no crime here. There's no impeachable offense here. He could be charged with bank fraud, Cohen this is, or campaign finance violations in relation to his separate payoff of Karen McDougal. So, yeah, I guess what they're saying is they're talking about potentially paying off Karen McDougal is what you're hearing in that tape. I don't know. I didn't hear her name or anything, but and I don't think that's really a big deal either. I heard other lawyers
Well,
going,
some people are troubled when the president lies. And that would suggest that
troubling.
him saying, "Yeah, I didn't know anything about any payment to Karen McDougal or regarding her story." That would suggest he's lying.
do you have a
I don't like the president
issues?
lying. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
you're
the
not a big fan of
president's lie. No.
Yeah, me either. Isn't that weird that we even have to have the... Hey, Jay, how do you feel about the president lying? Because they all lie.
But it appears from polling that everybody's just baked that into Trump.
Yeah.
Like they knew that coming in, that this guy's just a blowhard.
You knew I was a piece of shit, and I fucked
And you
models.
voted for me anyway.
You voted for me anyways. You can't get mad now because you learned I paid off some whore.
Listen, I think if the lying
Deal
was
with
about
it.
other stuff, that's the thing. I think everyone else, dude, he ran fucking Miss America or whatever. So I think that's the thing. If the lying is about whether he paid off whores or not,
Yeah,
I
but
think
everybody jumped on Clinton when he lied about Lewinsky, right? The
I
right was
understand
all
that.
over him.
I understand that.
I'm
just
saying it was very important
I want you
Well-
to
to
our
listen to me.
culture and our
I
children
think
to
some
know
of the,
that the
I think some of the
president's an honest
difference
person.
is that he was in the Oval Office when the act happened. If some of this stuff is just that I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying people are probably
Dude,
like, yeah, I knew.
what
he
was it? Netanyahu was waiting outside the door while he's getting blown under his desk. I mean, he's got, state officials waiting outside like, fucking blow a load already, dude, so we can get back to our meeting. I want to be clear with you. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky, not one time. Like, that was brutal.
Yeah, just looks in
Remember
the camera.
that fucking press
He
conference?
starts parsing what sexual relations mean, or
Depends what the definition of is. Oh, God, those were good times.
hey, everybody, your next call needs to be to Brent Wasik of Wasik
Why?
Insurance Services. Do you even know if the insurance policies that you have are providing the coverages you need at a decent price?
I don't.
Do you know?
No.
You should, because you've called Brent Wasik.
Yeah, I have.
Well, he does. Mike
For
doesn't.
most of you, however, the answer is no. Flatly no.
No.
So call Brent at 734-455-1900. He can review your current policies free of charge and give you recommendations. Brent has many national company affiliates, and after understanding your needs, he can shop for the best right deal for you. Give Brent a chance to provide you a free insurance quote on auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call him at 734-455-1900. He might just save you a shit ton of money.
I have a friend, Jay,
Yeah.
that got a call out of the fucking clear blue skies. Saved him $400 on his insurance.
I heard that, yeah.
Yep. Good buddy of mine. I believe him, too. Mm-hmm. So Brent can do that.
It
to
happens.
You as well. Sure does. Something happened to it, man. Stanford rapist. What was his name? Brock Turner?
Brock.
Remember Brock Turner? I remember when like, there's always, like, these marks where it's like, oh, he's being sentenced, and then it's big news everywhere. Oh, he's only got 6 months. Boom, big news. And then he
Yeah.
gets out of jail after 3 months. Good behavior. He was a good boy. He was a good boy in jail. So he gets out
Still
and
has
it's
to
like, big
register,
news.
though, right?
Yeah.
Sex offender.
But then it was like, he's going to appeal. And I was like, no, dude, just go. You got a sweetheart of a deal.
Well, you want to wipe
Go.
off that sex offender thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you have to do that for the rest of your life.
now we're reading about it because they're trying to appeal this thing. His lawyer, how do you like this for a defense? What do you guys think? Remember, he was accused of raping, I believe it was one of the Doe family members, behind a dumpster on
Yes,
Stanford by a beautiful
Jane
tree.
Doe, if I'm not mistaken.
It was either Jane or Emily Doe. I can't remember. I think you're right, Jane. Wasn't
It
there
was
talk
by a
of,
beautiful dumpster. Remember that? That listener sent us the
Absolutely.
picture of the actual dumpster, and it's like, the
Yeah.
media is full of shit. They make it sound like it's some back alley. Look at the beauty.
There's no brown liquid on the ground
It
next
was,
to this
it was
dumpster?
actually
Stunning.
scenic. As
It was.
dumpster scenes go, it was lovely.
Didn't they put up a memorial so people could go there and just
Yeah,
like
give their
think?
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, and it's got like wood benches and a little fireplace thing
Yeah.
in the middle, and you could just go sit there and go, girl was raped here. A Doe family member was raped
Yeah.
here, and I'm gonna just sit here and ponder that. Yeah, there you go.
Finger rape, though, not penously raped.
Not penousally raped, and that's kind of where the lawyer is going. He says, "Look,
Listen,
so he's back in court now. He's
that
arguing.
is just lovely.
It's stunning, and these trees, these
Oh,
famous redwoods, are
mighty
just,
redwoods.
You know, when you see like errant fucking weeds growing out of it, it just looks gross.
Look
These
at the
are just-
stonework.
Look at the stalks. Look at the stalks on those trees.
All of it is just lovely.
Don't you just want to
Although
sit
it
there and
still
ponder
was-
rape?
I do.
I want to sit there and ponder rape.
I want to think about some drunk fraternity boy wandering out.
Oh, it still looks
I mean,
like
even
that.
it's beautiful. It's
just-
really the nicest dumpster area you will ever see. Even the dumpsters themselves they almost look like toolboxes.
Look, I'm going to say
You
something.
know those big industrial and
Oh,
garages? You
absolutely.
see these sweet toolboxes?
Sure.
That's what it looks like, man.
Look, I'm going to say something that's inappropriate as shit right now. But
if you got to be raped.
if I had to be raped behind a dumpster, like that's the dumpster I would pick.
I might too.
Like honestly, in the entirety of the world, can you think of a dumpster you'd rather be raped in front of more than that?
Looks like newish cement there. We're
Oh,
not
for
talking
sure.
about the brown stains and sticky stuff.
No, there's no brown liquid on the ground.
But you're right. The trees, the mature trees. and The pine needles, as we heard, were part of the story as well.
So his lawyer,
Sprinkled on the ground.
his lawyer is arguing now. Look, listen. All he wanted was outer course, not intercourse with her. Outer. Have you ever heard outer?
I have,
outer
Would
yeah.
you be satisfied with outer course eases, just humping a leg?
Like if you were on the jury, you're
this
part
point,
of the 12-man
yes.
jury. You're like outer course, not bad. All right, he wanted a dry
You just
humper.
want you want your
Right.
penis
I mean,
stroked to
it'd be-
completion.
I mean, I don't. It's not ideal, but I'd take it right
Yeah.
now.
What, dude? If my lawyer was like, all right, I've come up with our
but he
defense
finger
plan.
banged her, right?
That's,
I
yeah,
thought
that's more
so.
Than,
The evidence, I think, is undisputed that he finger banged the chick.
I thought that too, but he's claiming, look, listen, outer course was all he was interested. He didn't even want to put his panus in her. He was only interested in outer course. Eric, do you know the lawyer Eric Moltop? Do you know? I don't know how much you guys know of each
California lawyers. No.
other, but yeah, he said his client was fully dressed when he was caught engaging in aggressive thrusting.
What's this dude's name again?
Eric S. Period.
No, not the lawyer. The perp.
Brock Turner. And then you've got Mrs. Doe. So look, he was engaged in what I would call aggressive thrusting when two Swedes rolled up on their bikes.
That's right. The Swedes.
Yeah, the
saved
grad
day.
students. Yeah, Swedes,
Yeah.
man. They were critical. Two Swedish grad students. There wasn't enough evidence that Turner intended to have intercourse or rape. Turner only wanted to have, and this is his lawyer says, he only wanted to have fully clothed outer course. That's it.
that must be so hard to
oh,
say
boy.
that and really mean like
And not laugh in court.
right. I mean, he's just trying to work for his client. And
He's like, I got to come up with a defense somehow. I'm going with this one, but how do you not laugh in court? Your Honor, I'm going to need 5 minutes, please. Come on. Schultz-Hupp, control yourself. You can do this. You can get through saying outer course and not laughing in front of this
I don't
I
know
jury.
could swear he finger banged her. I'm
I
looking
thought so
through the
too,
fa-
personally, but
The justices were not impressed with this defense.
No.
No, it just shocked me. It's
I
such
think
a
they should have been
strong
impressed
defense.
with it in the sense that they should have been like, dude,
That's creative
you're
as fuck.
right.
Wow.
You're trying for your client.
I see
Clearly,
what you
you're
did there.
working.
I see what you did
not
there.
gonna- it's-
I'm impressed.
And at least he's not just taking the, kind of just going through the motions. This is an easy one where he could just be like, try to give some ridiculous, lazy defense, and then his guy just goes back to sex offending.
During his testimony, and this is according to Wikipedia, so somebody may have come in here and changed it. I don't know.
Right.
During
you're
his
stretching for the finger.
During his
right?
trial
You're really hung up on the
testimony,
finger.
Turner. Well, I mean, yeah, Turner stated that he and the victim drank beer together, danced, they kissed at the party, and agreed to go back to his room.
I have no problem with any of this so far. None
Turner
of it.
stated that the victim slipped on a slope. Well, we've all
Supposed
heard
to
of the
use that
slippery
word.
slope.
Yeah, not supposed to use that word anymore.
Slipped on the proverbial slope behind a wooden shed. Then Turner got down to the ground and started kissing with the victim. Turner stated he then asked her if she wanted him to finger her, to which she said yes. He
I don't think
stated
that's
that
a question you pose to a girl. I think you just go for that, and if she goes, "Ooh, gross, get out of there," you just leave it alone. Have you
He's-
ever asked? Do you mind if I finger you?
he stated that he, quote, fingered her for a minute as they were kissing. Then they started dry humping, quote unquote. Turner
Aggressively
testified that
thrusting.
he stumbled down an incline where he was confronted by the graduate students saying things like, "You're sick, man. Do you think that's okay?" Turner testified that he didn't know what they were talking about. What? These
are the Swedes, right?
A consensual quick finger bang and dry hump.
Dude.
Go on your way, Swedes.
Yeah, Swedes.
Be gone.
Beat it, Swedes.
None
I'm
of your
here
damn business, Swedes.
Doing a 1-minute fingering. And
fully
then
consensual.
Absolutely.
Behind a dumpster, yes.
Yeah.
Unconscious girl, yes.
A little bit of aggressive thrusting, but that's it. That's all I'm doing. A little fingering, a little aggressive thrusting. Swedes, on your way.
And then the point has always been made. He's able to write the script because she has no memory.
Yeah.
I have a question. I don't know that we ever looked into it, but it appears that he's a ginger. Do you think that?
I thought he was a blonde. Is he a ginger?
Doesn't that look like a ginger? To you?
Does look.
Well,
I mean, does that affect
should add
anything,
years
or-
to his sentence. Nothing more, you know.
Just because he wrote the script doesn't mean that knowledgeable jurors have to believe it.
Do you think that's even a legit? Like, he wanted to have intercourse, not outer course, right? Like, even if he was just forced to have outer course because that's all he could get going. Everybody wants to have intercourse, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not a goal to like dry hump a chick.
Yeah, it's been my experience.
Yeah. The justice, Franklin Elia, said, "I absolutely don't understand what you're talking about." Explain
Way to go,
yourself,
Frank.
counsel. Franklin, by the way, is a female.
What?
Franklin Elia.
Are you kidding me?
Bag up.
She added that the law requires the jury verdict to be honored and that they are not in a position to say the jury should not have found him guilty.
Is it more likely that the word "she" is a typo for he?
Possibly.
The,
But I read
the
I was
chick's name is Franklin?
Franklin, sure.
Spell it.
Franklin.
I'm going to go with the typo on she.
I wrote chick name right there because I was like, what?
What's the last?
Do you know any Franklin? Yeah, Franklin Elia. Elia.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm going typo here.
Yeah, could be. Easiest, find it. Justice
Bing it.
Franklin Elia. Please say it's a gross looking chick. So Turner served only 3 months after he was convicted of the
It's a
attempted rape.
dude. Fuck.
Is it?
Yes.
So it's a typo.
It's a
All right.
fucking bald white guy.
God damn it. Persky, remember Persky was like, wasn't he shit canned recently?
Persky.
The judge.
Oh, right.
Aaron
Yeah,
Persky.
he was removed. A petition went around.
Yeah, he was like voted out or something from his judgeship. And some chick was like, "Oh my God, hashtag Me Too!" Like she was saying the Me Too movement. You know, it shows that women can't be violated or whatever, and not taken seriously.
Yeah.
Persky says he does not regret the decision, and he's taken aback by the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I expected some negative, but not this. I was adopting the probation department's recommendation to spare him prison for several reasons, including his age, clean criminal record, the fact that he's white, and both Turner and the victim were intoxicated. The problem with this recall is it will pressure judges to follow the rule of public opinion as opposed to the rule of law. He was facing 14 years.
Turner was found guilty of 3 felonies. So
Was he? But rape charges were dropped. I don't think rape charges were
assault
part
with
of it.
intent to rape an intoxicated woman, sexually penetrating an intoxicated person with a foreign object, and sexually
Fingers.
penetrating an unconscious person with a foreign object.
Fingers,
Yeah,
right? That's the foreign object, right? It's not a pine cone. It was fingers.
I reckon.
Yeah. Turner's father. Do you remember this? I didn't until I read it, but he fueled public fury when, in a letter to the judge, he's like, "Please don't send my boy to jail." He described it as a steep price to pay for 20 minutes of action.
Yes, man. I
you
remember,
remember that? It was
20 minutes of action.
20 minutes of
Ooh.
action. Dad.
You got to say it differently, man. I get it. You love your son, but
20 minutes of stupidity. 20 minutes of just
Yeah.
being a drunk moron.
yeah.
Nah, 20 minutes of action. Yeah, some aggressive thrusting and fingering. His life will never be the one he dreamed about and worked so hard to achieve.
Yeah, what about him?
I
him,
mean-
him.
20 minutes of aggressive thrusting and fingering is going to ruin his whole life. This is an outrage. He needs to be spared prison. I wonder how he's doing, by the way. I wonder what he's doing now. I mean, is he hireable? Do you think Brock Turner can get a job
You know what, though,
somewhere?
honestly, I always wonder about that with things. Like, if you get off social media and he gets out of state, really, like, he probably
Just
can,
go to
right?
Montana,
Right.
go sell insurance or something.
Right. No,
Right?
just
He's a 6'4" insurance salesman now in Montana.
Who can swim really good.
Yeah, he's
if given the chance.
He's a fish. He's an absolute fish in the water.
I just think that, yes, though, the point is, I don't think that, dude, I really don't think that the majority of America would even know who this guy is.
You know what's going to happen? This dude, he's exactly right. He's going to find some some area, some corner of America where he can start a life, and then like in 10 years, and then in 25 years, and 50, all of these milestones, they're going to do more stories.
Of course they are.
Fuck, you know.
God damn it! It's the anniversary of my fingering and aggressive humping. Shit, more stories are coming. People are going to ask him for quotes, you know, and they're going to go, "Oh, we reached out to him and he had no comment for the 50th year in a row." Dude, I don't know. Like
here he is walking back into the auto
You can
salvage
change your
yard,
name though
you know?
and stuff. I mean,
yeah,
providing no comment.
He's there in his overalls, working in the scrap yard. Dude, I don't know if it's worth like for a guy that's like, it's not like he's an amazing athlete who can throw 98 and he's a lefty, and it's like, he fingered his kid, you know, his cousin or whatever, but he's got a killer left arm.
Who ended up signing that guy? The Royals, was it? I think it was the Royals.
I think you're right. Yeah,
go ahead.
Sucks at one of the Tigers. Fuck. 98-mile-an-hour lefty. God,
I know.
Oh, would have been nice.
They don't grow on trees.
No, they do not. And so it's not. But it's not like Brock Turner can bring that to you, where it's like his upside is so big that you can try to justify it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for him, it's like, he swims good. Who gives a shit? No one cares. Unless you're Michael Phelps, no one gives a shit if you can swim well. He's a fish. Who cares?
Is he better than Lochte? Because we're putting up with a lot of shit with Lochte.
Yeah, but Lochte's a fucking medalist. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but
is he Lochte level?
How many medals does Shitbag have? 0.
Yeah.
None. And so if you're like the insurance guy that's like, I've looked over your resume, everything looks good. Why did you leave Stanford after 2 years? It seems like you were on
you don't even put that in there, man. You don't even put that in there, though. Like
you want Stanford on your resume.
Okay,
You've
but
seen those
but
redwoods.
he can't
They're
anymore.
absolutely gorgeous.
If he doesn't want the question, he just doesn't put it in there. He's not going for a job that Stanford's going to be needed.
A little snap.
He's going to shithole Montana, and he's just
going to go by his middle name. He's going to use a B. John Turner.
You think so?
B. John Turner. Hi, how you doing?
And just try to ignore the fact that's.
I think you do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I get it when you've got a pro athlete or a rock star and you forgive them. You know, it's like, oh man, his music's really good.
What do you mean
Boy,
you get it though? You're just
I know.
asking. I don't even know.
I understand why someone would go out on a limb to hire him. I don't understand why a guy would go, you know what? It's worth the headache to hire.
But I'm just
Brock Turner.
But they
That's
wouldn't
why you
know.
don't.
That's the point.
I know
though.
that was the original point. Was like, is this guy even hireable?
Yes,
like,
he's just gonna go to.
You say yes, I say I don't know, dude.
You assume that because you go through news and we work on a talk show that talks about news that people know this.
He
Dude,
is international news.
it doesn't matter. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Do you think Gabrielle knows who Brock Turner is?
I wouldn't know who he was if it weren't for this show. I would never have paid
My wife
attention.
Gabrielle has no idea, other than listening to this right now.
She should.
She
I mean,
would have
it's
no idea
international news.
who Brock Turner is.
Informer.
My dad wouldn't know who Brock Turner
Really?
is.
My dad
No.
doesn't.
So
I'm
you
sure
think, you
if I
guys
walked
think
over
no
there-
problem, hireable, absolutely hireable.
No, I think
That's not
there's
what we're
corners of the country. Yeah, you just fucking, move to Illinois
He
or
doesn't,
something. And
does-
go,
like Jay said, you do your middle name. You don't put Stanford down, and you, dude, get a job at some restaurant. To serve. I'm just.
Yeah, he's gonna want to bust tables now.
It doesn't matter whether he wants to or not. You asked whether he could, and I said that yes, he could.
Well, when I said hireable, I meant like a real job, not like busboy,
Well-
big boy.
I understand, but
By the way, you guys are going to be glad to know Jesse Camp has been found.
I know. I saw
He's
that.
alive and well.
He's just a homeless dude, right?
I guess.
Yeah, the cops located him. They said, we've located him, we've let his family know,
Fine.
and there's no other information.
Yeah.
That just means he's a homeless guy.
He's just a transient,
Yeah.
right? I mean, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's what he did before he winning the I Want to Be a VJ contest. But, yeah, he was reported missing July 19th. I guess that's good news. Usually you don't have someone that's, like, reported missing and 5 days later that you still haven't found him. That usually ends up with them in a fucking ravine somewhere.
Right.
You know, like, not good news. So for him, just like, I was kicking around the streets, whatever, no comment.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's good news. I wanted to update you guys.
I was thinking about it. I don't know why this just hit me, but think about it. Like the Lions hired a fucking coach that had almost been charged with whatever sexual assault.
Right.
I mean, the Lions, a professional NFL
Matt
team.
Patricia. But
So I'm
they'd
just-
already hired him when that
Who
news
has a
came out.
surprisingly high voice.
He sure does.
He really does. Next time you see him in a press conference, note the octave
It's
we're
odd.
dealing with.
He's a large man.
He's a big guy. He's a bear of a man. A
he's
grizzly.
A bear of a man.
A grizzly.
It's
Just
Tyson-like.
yeah, it borderlines Tyson. Yeah, it's just a little higher
Yeah.
than you'd think. For a big football guy like
I
that.
think we're going to have a good offense this year. Stafford, we're going to get some weapons around him. It's like, wow, I didn't expect that voice coming out of him.
Yeah, but that wasn't like
That's
national
not the best.
news.
Nah, that's not a best example. That's not the best example.
Actually, it was. That was trending on Twitter. I would say that was a big story.
didn't
USA
fire him.
Today
What are you
had it.
talking about? When it happened? No, the
No.
question
No.
is when it happened, is he
No.
then
Yeah.
hireable? This
Right.
is completely distinguishable.
Yeah. And it was
I guess
20
you're
years
right.
earlier.
Yeah,
it was
you're
an
right. That was a-
accusation, and
has
they
nothing to
found
do with
nothing.
anything.
Yeah.
What's your next story?
I don't know, but I still think the guy can get a job. Is my point.
Demi Lovato.
I do too. E.
Are you guys fans of Demi Lovato?
No, I got to be honest. No.
Do you care if she overdoses and dies?
Of course.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you really though?
I
You
don't. I
know
don't.
her.
I don't
mean,
want anyone to overdose and die.
Okay, good.
If I could change the world and make sure that no one overdoses and dies, but still has a great time day to day,
Yeah.
doing their drugs and all that shit,
Would that be one of your 3 wishes?
That might be one of my 3.
I don't think it
man.
would be. I don't honestly.
Based
I
on what-
don't think one of your 3 wishes would be to look out
Nah,
for
totally.
recovering
Based
addicts.
on almost
Around the
every
world.
show or film I've ever seen where 3 wishes, they can
That's
go
not
horribly
one.
wrong. And I think that one could
overdosing was never a thing anymore.
You can just do all the drugs you want.
Right, dude. If overdosing, I've always said that, dude. If I didn't get a hangover, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Even in my, I've got a lot of experience with this. I don't even think that would be one of my 3 wishes.
Yeah. It's a good thing when your body rejects some of that stuff.
It needs to.
What is she known for? I mean, obviously she's a singer, but what does she have a hit that I would know? Like, I feel like I don't know Demi Lovato like I should. But she's like 25. I mean, she's young.
I think it's one of those you'd know it if you heard it.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're getting at, right? If you
Right.
played a couple hits by Demi.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah. Is she one of the former Mickey Mouse chicks or Disney chicks?
She might be. Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you have a list of her hits there, E?
I mean-
you go, oh, yeah,
Looks like this might be her top 10.
Like, I wouldn't know R. Kelly's music, and then like, I believe I can fly. It's like, oh, yeah, I know that
I
song.
believe I can touch the sky.
Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly
Says these are her
away.
top 10 Billboard.
All right, let's hear
songs.
No Promises.
Oh, I don't
How
even.
about you
Or
go
that's-
Sober? I think Sober was big.
Sober's the new
This
one, though.
play, I
That's the
didn't
new
even-
one.
Hope this one play. Where was that? Where'd you see it?
How about Skyscraper? Just give me it. Nope. Nope.
Try again.
She was found unconscious in her home in the Hollywood Hills yesterday, 2 days ago, following an alleged drug overdose. Spokesman said, "You'll be glad to know Demi is awake with her family, who want to express thanks to everyone for their love, prayers, and support. Now leave us the fuck alone."
She has a song, Sorry Not Sorry. I just,
All right, let's hear if
that
it's any
phrase, That phrase to me, the fact that
I know, I can't stand that right now. Nope. Do you know this?
Yes, absolutely.
Nope.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's not fair. You have kids.
And a wife.
Yeah. So her health and recovery is the most important thing right now. Law enforcement source confirmed that she was given Narcan when she was found, which Narcan works on opiates. So it's not a stretch to go, oh, okay, she was either on heroin or Vicodin or Oxys, Percocet, something along those lines. If she was actually given Narcan and it worked, I guess like people in her inner circle, like, yeah, we just carry Narcan all the time because we never know when she's going to go down.
Ooh.
Got to have it on hand. It's
She's
like,
a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
what?
Yes.
Get out of here.
She was indeed,
No, I don't believe you.
according to Wikipedia.
Stop
Now,
lying.
somebody could have come in and changed this, but
Yep.
according to Wikipedia.
I would think I would know that. She's only like 25. She was a cowboy cheerleader.
Do you know any other cowboy cheerleader who's 25 to 30 years old? Name one. Go.
Well, I could say Paula Abdul with the Lakers. I remember that cheerleader
Yeah.
making it big in pop music.
Yeah.
Demi Lovato, I would think that would be just former cowboy cheerleader Demi Lovato overdosed over the weekend. Like, no?
Yeah, maybe.
A source told TMZ that, oh, yeah, she OD'd on heroin. The family is really kicking back. Like, no, it wasn't heroin.
No, it was just pills.
No,
really.
no.
She didn't use needles.
It wasn't black tar, I swear to God. It was just oxys. All right.
She's just crushing shit and snorting it at best, at worst.
It looks like it says her mom was a cheerleader, not her.
Now
Really?
that I believe.
Not that it matters.
Hold on, let me see.
Not that it matters, but it looks like.
No, that does matter. That's a big difference between your mom and her. Jay lied to me. And I told him I didn't
Maybe
believe
I
him.
did. Hold on.
She's previously struggled with coke and oxy.
She was
addiction.
born to former Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. I'm sorry. I brought you the wrong information.
Jesus. Will you gloat? Will you do a lap really quick and gloat?
That's not my
Diana de
style.
la Garza.
Oh, yeah, huge. I remember her cheerleading days. Huge bush
You know
in the
what?
70s.
She actually looks to me, if this is her, looks like everyone I've ever seen on the fucking,
Yeah, that's literally every Dallas Cowboys
Right.
cheerleader right there.
That's her
Right.
mom.
That's all of them.
especially from the 90s.
Boy, your mom's hot as shit.
Lovato's father was of Mexican descent.
I don't like hearing that. That's troubling. Her friends knew this was coming. She's been using so much again. They were up. You know, it's disturbing when it's like, dude, 25. You can't keep it together at 25. Like, fine, you're 35 and the wheels fall off.
Dude, I think the wheels
get it.
fell off when she was like 19.
Yeah, I think she was in. God damn it, Isis. I think you're right. I think she went to rehab for the first time at 18.
I mean,
What if I
that's
hear that?
fucked up.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Like, there are a lot of people that have done that. Like, you're not even legal age to consume alcohol, and you're going to rehab already?
I see no evidence that she was involved in Disney. I swear she was one of those Disney chicks. But
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think so too, dude. In the documentary, Lovato said she tried cocaine at 17, right around the time she was shooting to fame on the Disney show with Sonny with a Chance. So she was on that show.
Okay.
There's currently no criminal investigation because the cops are like, nah, we don't know what she was on. She was all fucked up, and we can't figure out what it was. She won't tell us, so we can't bust her for it. Her entourage is like, oh, yeah, it's been really apparent she's fallen off the wagon. She also allegedly had a falling out with her sober coach earlier this month. Ooh, that sucks. She accused him of betraying her. I don't know how he did that. The site claims that some of her other friends didn't see it coming at all, with one acquaintance saying she seemed great when he visited the home. That's the problem with a lot of these opiates. Like, you can absolutely, I can promise every pair of ears listening to us right now has someone in their life that is using these things recreationally.
Oh, they're
and
walking
shouldn't
amongst
be,
us.
and you
They're
have
walking
no
and talking
clue.
amongst us.
I don't care if they're grandmas. I don't care if they're fucking what they are. There are tens of millions of people, and somebody you know is walking around with a problem for this stuff, whether they admit it or not. They are.
She was on Barney.
She was?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't play Barney. That was a black guy. He stinked in that role because he was black. He was black.
E, do you want to correct the record?
No, I do not.
Okay. E still hates black people.
Yep. You've given him every chance, Jay. I mean, you really have.
She was in Smurfs. She played Smurfette.
What?
She was the voice of Smurfette in 2017 Smurfs: The Lost Village.
No, I thought you were talking about the good years of Smurfs. With Papa Smurf, Handy Smurf, Grumpy Smurf, Gargamel. What was the cat? Azrael? Remember
Azrael.
Azrael, the cat.
All those Smurfs and only one female.
I know.
I know. Dude, they must have been putting a gang fucking banging on her.
I
You know what I
just-
mean? Like in reality.
I really just always wonder, for real, when they made that show in the 80s, whenever
What
the
are they
original
thinking,
one,
right?
Yeah.
like what was the thought, like in the
One
room,
broad.
like
one.
They're probably just thinking like this is going to be
just
centered
dumb.
at boys, you know. We're
Yeah.
going to target
But then why
boys
even
on this,
have a
and then you have a
girl?
girl just to, you know, maybe one or two girls jump on this shit.
She was the only
I don't think they were
one.
thinking sexually.
I
E.
understand,
They must
Yeah,
not
but
have
they
been.
made her
Still,
hot. She was a
it's-
hot blonde. I would have done her. I would have done fucking. What was her name again? What'd you say?
Smurfette.
Smurfette. I would have banged Smurfette. She had that blonde hair, shaking her can and stuff. Lived in that cute little mushroom house.
whether
You
they
say
were
you
thinking-
would have.
I would've.
Why is it past tense?
I would. All right,
You
fine.
would.
I
You'd-
would.
You'd bang Smurfette.
I would bang Smurfette.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing.
Pull up
Whether
a
they
picture of Smurfette.
whether they were thinking sexually or not, they made a cartoon and they chose to have only one female, and it's there had to be.
And they sexed her up, dude. There's no doubt about it. Go ahead, pull the picture over. They sexed Smurfette up. They wanted 8-year-old me to want to bang Smurfette. That was the goal, and they achieved
You
it.
think so?
Yeah.
I think they were just depicting a female version of the Smurfs.
Look at that whore. Look at that short little
Everyone
fucking
knows that
skimpy
she's
She
hot.
looks
dress.
exactly like every other fucking Smurf, but she has blonde hair.
Yeah.
yeah,
Her,
but she's
her
got-
nose isn't as bulbous, though.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, not as. No, you're right.
So she has the dress too, so Jay, so you know
Yeah.
she's a girl.
And that skirt is hiked up, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, but
if
the
she
other
turns
guys,
around,
they don't even have shirts on, man.
I mean, she's hot.
yeah.
There's no question about it.
but she doesn't have
Is
pants on.
she hot?
Yes.
Smurfette hot?
Yes.
Yes.
I could
I
totally
mean,
see
Mike would
banging
bang her now.
I would
He said,
right now.
yeah.
She's got
don't know
blonde
how
hair
old
and a dress.
Yes. And that's if she turns around, you're seeing ass cheeks. You are. If she
She's
turns
turned around
you're seeing
before.
ass cheeks.
I watched my share of Smurfs. I've never seen ass cheeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if that girl spins around right now, you're seeing ass cheeks.
Did you ever have those Smurf figurines? Remember when those were big? Kind of like 85-ish? Maybe 82 to 85-ish. Those little
Figurines.
plastic figurines, like the rubber guys, maybe big, a couple inches high.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you could get all the different. The guy with the tattoo on his arm was
Oh, yeah,
strong
Mom,
or whatever. Yeah,
Mom or strong. Handy Smurf,
Candy
maybe.
Smurf. Yeah.
Who was that? Was that Vanity Smurf, the homo with the mirror in that picture? E.
Oh,
Yeah, there is a guy
Was
with
there a
mirror.
vein Smurf or
Yeah.
something? What was by the way, what was Gargamel's problem? Why did he hate them so much? Why was his
what
big
was
fucking
his deal,
hang-up?
man?
I mean,
they were magical.
He hated
He was a
them.
wizard.
He was wizardly,
Was he,
sure.
was he trying to use them in his magic or something? Like
Oh,
take advantage
maybe.
of them? He was always trying to catch them, right? Or find where
Yeah.
they lived or something?
You might be right. Was it like albino bones? Like he needed for his potions, he needed Smurfs?
It might have been.
But he
And I
could
think it was
never
a
catch
big,
'em.
It was a big secret where they lived, I think.
Yes, for sure it was. Yeah.
It's so those cartoons to me, and maybe they still do it in the cartoons now. But as I was a kid, the Turtles, the Smurfs, the blah blah blah, always just with this evil guy that must destroy the world, and it
Yeah.
was just like his whole life is literally just like he must destroy the world, and he must.
Well, you need
But
an
why?
antagonist.
I mean,
What's
he's a
gonna happen?
wizard. He's a wizard. He's got work to do, and he needs
What's
the
gonna
Smurfs.
happen when the fucking guy in the Turtles, for example, the fucking I forget his name, but what's gonna happen when he blows up the world? He's on the world.
Yeah,
He's
that's a good
living on
point.
this planet. What is he gonna do?
I don't know if he's thought that far.
Well, it always
know.
bugged me. Even as a kid, it bugged me.
Yeah. The
Here's,
Smurfs.
unfortunately, Mike. Look at this. This is it doesn't look like you're gonna.
Is he
turn
grabbing her ass?
around.
He's trying to grab her ass, right?
She's turning
Naughty
around.
Smurf.
The dress is a little too
Nerd
long.
Smurf. Yeah. I don't think I like that show very much. To be honest with you. I don't remember, but
Gargamel is a fictional character from the Smurfs. He's an evil wizard, the sworn enemy of the Smurfs, and the main
The sworn
antagonist
enemy.
in the show
Sure.
and comic books. His main goal in life is to destroy the Smurfs, to turn them into gold.
he needs gold that bad. Gargamel's willing to wipe out an entire species over gold.
Yeah.
What a selfish prick.
Yeah.
I was reading an article recently, Jay, and they were talking about how, something needs to be done about cartoons and the way Hollywood depicts villains. And they used Gargamel as a thing, saying, people with flaws, scars, or warts.
Oh no!
Bad guys always are depicted with scars and warts, and it's not fair to those who have scars and warts. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And they went through a whole list. They were like, Gargamel, for instance, bald, with a wart, with hair coming out of it. And they mentioned,
Oh, he had hair coming out of his wart. That's
think
the
so.
Worst, man.
yeah, pull up a
Can
cartoon.
something be done about those? Like you see
Yeah,
people with these
scissors.
I know, but it's like daily. Like you'd have to keep up with it, right? Can't you prune those? Like pull them out?
Yeah,
You know?
you
Can you have a
can.
doctor take those out so that they never come back? Like remove the follicle.
Maybe when I see that, it's like, dude, you have a 2-inch fucking hair growing out of that ghastly fucking thing on your
Yeah.
face. What? Like, how do you get in the mirror in the morning, combing your hair,
I think
doing
they
anything,
do.
and not go,
They,
oh yeah,
They don't get in the mirror because they're the same dudes with the fucking eyebrows going all over their face. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Here's a classic evil scene from a cartoon,
Oh,
like in
yeah.
the '80s, early '90s. Just
Yep, he's got his pot. That's
Hey, you need to depict evil, and there you go.
There's always little
mean wizard.
his evil cat back here. Of course,
Doesn't
he's got
its
his-
cat have like a clip out of its tail or something? Isn't there something about its tail that's
I don't remember. I didn't watch.
Ariel?
Azrael.
Ezreal.
I don't know. You're probably right. So anyway, going back to Demi Lovato, she had a falling out with her sober coach, and a lot of this is, she struggled too, because she broke up with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You know who her boyfriend was?
No.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember him from the retard from that '70s
The
show?
boyfriend of many.
Yeah. She was on tour with the Jonas Brothers, and she was banging one of the Jonases too.
Oh, it's not a notch out of its tail; it's his ear. Remember?
Oh,
Ezreal's
yes.
ear had like a
Yes.
gap in it.
Like a triangle.
Yeah, like somebody
Shaped
bit it. He's
gap.
been in fights, she, whatever.
She said she in a 1 month period, she used drugs almost every day for 2 months. She said, "I'm like, you fucking rookie! You checked into rehab at 18 after doing drugs every day for 30 days. Fuck you, softy.
Sack up.
Try that for 12 years, and then let's talk rehab, you asshole." I did drugs every day for 2 months. Well, you're just getting started, sweetheart.
Talk about an overreaction.
Going to rehab, really? The party's just getting started. You're in the fun zone right now. The drugs aren't ruining your
She
life.
has so much promise, Mike.
She felt great after leaving rehab. Soon found herself relapsing on drugs. I wasn't working my program. I was sneaking it on planes. Duh. Sneaking in bathrooms. Sneaking it throughout the night. Nobody knew. She even gave interviews about her new sober lifestyle while high on drugs. Hi, I'm Conrad Bain, and tonight's very special. You know those, when Vince Neil would get busted for drunk driving, they'd make him do some like
PSA.
MTV PSA. Hi, I'm Vince Neil. Wasted, by the way. Don't drink and drive, kids.
Yeah.
Remember those? What were
Sure.
they? Was it Mad or Dare? Whatever those programs. Like MTV had a big thing, and who was it? Belinda Carlisle was like, yeah, when I did my MTV PSA for drugs, I was high as balls on
Really?
coke. It's like I did coke every day for 20 years.
Yeah, the Go-Go's were huge coke
Yeah.
heads.
They were, and she's like, "Oh yeah, when I recorded that PSA, I was fucking high as shit on blow."
There's Vince Neil.
Yeah, stars against drunk driving. Sure,
He's doing this willingly, right?
Governor Mario Cuomo.
Hi, I'm Vince Neil of Motley Crue. We're on the road a lot in New York State, and we worry about drunk drivers, just like you. We don't want to get hit. So Governor Cuomo asked me to help him keep drunk drivers off the road.
Pity.
They killed or injured 19,000 people in New York State last year.
I'm one of those stats. I killed
1,500
Razzle.
were
remember?
teenagers.
That's right.
We don't want to lose any of our fans. We want them alive. Come on, New York. If you drink, don't drive.
Yeah.
What was he driving at the time? Wasn't it?
was
Like,
like
a,
a-
weird, like a Pantera or something? Wasn't it? Weird?
I was gonna say a vet, but it might have been a Pantera. Yeah, he was going on a beer run
Yeah.
in
With Razzle.
with Razzle.
From what band again? It's on the tip of my
He's
tongue.
the drummer of
Yeah.
Okay.
Hanoi Rocks.
Hanoi Rocks. Very good. Yes, Hanoi Rocks. He was riding shotgun with Vince Neil's like, dude, I'll do it. I'll go on a beer run. And so Tommy, I think they were partying at Tommy's house or something, and went up the road and T-boned someone. Absolutely fucked up who was ever in that other car. And this is one of those famous videos where there's just an errant shoe laying on the ground.
Oh, man.
It's one of Razzle's.
Oh, Razzle.
And Tommy and those guys were partying
Like a
at the
Converse
house.
All-Star or something.
I think it was a Converse
Was it?
All-Star. Yeah.
Shit.
Tommy and them were like, whoa, that sounded bad. What was that? And then Tommy's like, I ran up the road. I think they were in Redondo Beach, California, at Vince's house. And he runs up the road. He's like, I just see, that's my buddy Razzle. And there's a shoe on the ground. Like, what's going on here? And the judge, when he fucking sends Vince Neil there, whoa, that's Razzle. What's going on here? And Vince was just sitting there on the curb with his head in his hands. Like,
Yeah.
dude, what happened?
Killed Razzle.
And they were like, the lawyers were like, look, Your Honor, and shit. This guy's like a rock star, and if you want any chance of him paying this family a couple $1 million,
Right.
he needs to go on tour.
And he did pay him 2.5, I guess.
He needs to be touring the world.
It's the best place for him.
Yeah.
At this time.
We need to send him on the road. He's going to be sober, of course, and the rest of the band resented the shit out of him, and they would just get fucking wasted all around him. And Vince would sit there by himself on the bus, not able to drink or consume everything.
He really didn't?
Yeah, while he was on probation, he didn't, and managed with him. And these guys are like, woo, woo. They're like doing blow
Respectful
off
of their friends'
Oh
plight,
my,
right?
absolute monsters. They're doing blow like off fucking Vince's arm. Ah,
Oh,
woo.
man. That sucks.
Yeah, they had zero respect for him trying to be sober at all. And then so Razzle's gone, and now he's got to do stuff like this. Don't drink and drive. It's not good. Do you have the Belinda Carlisle one? E, can you see?
Oh, my God. The Go-Go's.
Yeah,
What are
she's
the
like on a
Go-Go's big
beach.
songs? Vacation.
Vacation. Na, 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 na. They had a few hits. I was
Yeah.
gonna say just another manic
Lips Are
Monday, but
Sealed?
that's
No,
that's the
Bangles.
Bangles.
Is it Lips Are
I
Sealed?
wanted to
My
bang
Lips
that
Are
loose.
Sealed?
Was that the bang? It's either the Bangles or the Go-Go's. I think of the Go-Go's, and I just think of them with that roadie in the bathroom, tugging on a 1-inch dong, trying to get hard.
Yeah,
they're trying to be
yeah.
like rock stars, man. We're like crazy. We're doing blow and like making dudes get naked and jack off.
Sort of remember that.
Yeah, it's a horrible video. The guy's sitting on a toilet like with just a limp dick, just like come on, man, jacks it off, get it hard.
Been doing blow for like 3 days.
Oh yeah. Do you not? It's not there. You can't find it.
I don't know, some 6-minute video. It looks like from back in the day, but
The only reason I wanted to see it, 'cause she was like, oh, I could not have been higher on coke when I did that. I just kind of want to see her like, oh yeah, you can tell, it's totally high on coke.
We got the beat, dude, from Fast
We got the
Times.
beat. Everybody, get off your feet. Yeah. Anyway, go back to Demi Lovato. I hope she's okay. I hope in the end. That doesn't sound good though, man. When you're going into rehab at 18 and at 25, you're having all these fallouts and.
It sounds like she kind of rushed into rehab, though. Maybe she's,
I agree.
she didn't
but
really.
It hasn't stuck so far,
Get it
and
going.
unfortunately, when it's like, We went to her $8 million home. I'm like, all right, fuck you, bitch. She's got an $8 million home. Like, that's a real problem. When you have unlimited money and you don't have anyone that honestly, sincerely can keep you in check.
Right.
You know, most people that get into trouble with this shit, they go broke, and then they're leaning on family, and family will cut them off if they don't get the help they need.
Tired of buying you drugs.
Dude,
Done.
stop it. Just stop it. But when you're one of these people that's worth millions and you know, you call your own shots. You're the one, you know.
All right,
makes
here's
it very
Belinda,
hard.
her PSA.
Rad. Rock against drugs. Rad. Yeah, she
I
claims
used to do drugs. And one morning I woke up, I looked in the mirror and I said, you look frightening. Nobody said quit. And nobody said stop or else. I got sick of it, so I quit.
Sure.
Did you? No one gets sick of drugs.
now-
Nobody.
Life's the beach.
Yeah, sure is. You're high as
Oh
balls,
my
aren't you?
God, that's so poorly produced.
She's like literally every day for the next 10 years, I was high as fuck on coke, even when I filmed that.
oh, Belinda.
And now, like,
Life's
the beach.
I didn't want to do drugs. I got bored of drugs. No one gets bored of drugs.
Nobody.
Someone tells you.
Nobody with unlimited funds wakes up one morning, looks in the mirror, and goes, "You need to get help, man. This just isn't fun anymore. This just blows." And now, life's the beach.
I remember that when I saw it was about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. I don't know when it was, but I remember Tim McGraw had a famous thing on. He was in one of the country music magazines where he's like, he was thinner, looking better and more in shape, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, I just got to a point where I said, you know, I drink. I have enough. I'm drinking. You know, I'm done with drinking." You know, we find out about a few months after that no, Faith Hill, his wife, was like, "No, if you don't stop drinking, you're fucking done." He was getting shit-faced on stage.
Anytime I saw one of those commercials or advertisements in a magazine, I'd be like, "Fuck, I didn't know that guy got a DUI. Wow, interesting, cool. I didn't know that. Tim McGraw got a DUI. Cool. How he's doing that?"
Hey, Anthony Gabarra and the hottest sales staff in Oakland County are fired up about Zotford's summer sales event and the pimp-ass deals that go with it. Zotford has 0% financing for 72 months, up to $2,500 in rebates on select new Fords. Plus, at Zotford, you can lease the brand new 18 Ford EcoSport starting at $122 a month, or
What?
lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $137 a month. See details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Jay, let's take a quick time out. We gotta go pay some bills. Let's go pay some bills.
God.
Ugh. I told you when I said that, my first like shift on the air in Lansing, and my PD
Ran into the
ran, like kicked the fucking studio door. Who do you think you are, Arthur Penhollow? What the fuck? Pay some bills? We'll be back in a moment. We gotta go pay some bills. Fuck. Oh yeah, I guess that's kind of gay, isn't it? Yeah, I'm at an alternative rock station. We're supposed to go against the grain, not do what Arthur P would do. Baby, dig a little deeper, you'll get nuts. Baby. Back in a moment.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC listeners, this is Kelly from the Hamlin Pubs inviting you to our 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for a great night with that special someone, it's always a great time at our Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and our 2 Shelby Township locations. Hamlin Pub also offers party packages. We are the perfect spot for that rehearsal dinner, graduation, birthdays, or other events. For more information about our locations, including live entertainment calendars, go to hamlinpubs.com. Hope to see you soon, Detroit Cast listeners.
Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, Jay. You're in San Jose, California. You win $522 million. What's the first thing you buy? Go RV.
Oh man.
Did you go with your dream RV?
Got one single guy won, right?
Yeah.
Mega Millions.
Son of a bitch. He's going to be broke in 5 years. I can't wait. Dude, $522 million. Like, is this getting obnoxious now? I think it was one thing when people would win like $1 million. Ooh, I won $1 million. I won 20 grand for a month for
Yeah,
life.
these mega jackpots.
Like 520. Okay, you're a half a billionaire now.
Right. Sweet, man.
Would you
Good
take
for him.
the one-time payout?
Yes.
$308 million.
Yep.
Well, what happened to my other $220 million? Why do you get my $220 million?
I don't trust it to be there. Take it all.
To take home the entire $522 million, the winner would have to take an initial installment of $7.8 million. That's not bad.
You know what I would
$7.8
do?
million.
I would take it all, and I would call 248-626-2000 and ask for Merck.
Ask for Merck, yeah.
Yes.
I would too, and go, double this motherfucker, or you're fired. And he would.
Yeah.
He would. And then you get, if you wanted to take all of it, you get $7.8 million. They cut you a check for $7.8. That's not bad. You can buy your RV. And then 29 annual payments that increase each year. And they're just hoping you fucking die. They are hoping to God this motherfucker dies after 10 years, and then we can stop these payments. God, dude, I don't know who won it, but these are the numbers I was going to play, too. If I would have played, 1, 2, 4, 19, and 29. I would have.
I don't know how you live with yourself at this moment, if that is true.
Ask Pete. Or Seth.
Yeah.
Or Seth. Played the lottery every day. Same numbers every day. Took one day off. Hit.
That is the thing.
That is a
if you have
true
numbers,
story
that
about
is
a buddy of ours. That is an absolute true story.
That's the thing.
For
Positive
you don't do
and
that.
negative about
Never
having
do that.
numbers. If you have numbers, you do have to play them every time, and that's why it's better just to do random.
I don't need to play today. Whatever. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
No,
These numbers
you
hit.
have numbers.
Oh.
You have to play them. I get pissed when I'm at roulette, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
my number hit. I wasn't playing.
Millennials got their panties in a bunch today. They're all up in arms. What else is new, right?
What happened?
Well, you're familiar. One of your favorite AA baseball teams, the Montgomery Biscuits.
No,
Are
never
you a
heard
big
of them.
fan? You're not a big fan of the Montgomery Biscuits? I thought you were. They were a AA franchise for the Tampa Bay Rays, and they were having, they're always trying to do like Disco's Dead night, with Steve Dahl. They're trying to find the promotion that will draw people to their little baseball game, and so they had Millennial Night, where it was like,
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
want free things without doing much work? Well, you're in luck. Riverwalk Stadium will be millennial friendly.
Pull up the logo, Isis. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Participation ribbons are given to everyone just for showing up. Napping and selfie stations, and along with lots of avocados. That's a terrible logo.
Yeah.
Minor
terrible.
league baseball, man.
It's a shit logo.
Some of their hats are just brutal, too.
I
Like a
know.
big pat of butter.
Yeah.
It's.
The Lugnuts had a cool uni, didn't
Yeah.
they? Didn't the Lansing Lugnuts?
I guess if this is yours, though, pull up just Bing image. Yeah, there you go. Big pat of butter.
Boy, that looks like the Mariners. Or I'm sorry, the Brewers, right? The M. Doesn't that look like the Brewers M? But you guys are part of the
Lansing,
Rays.
go nuts, right?
Go nuts, yeah. Yeah, I was in Lansing when that franchise was born. That stadium was awesome. I got to see, who was it I saw there?
If it's yours, it's kind of charming. The
Yeah.
lug nuts or the whatever you call them, biscuits.
They got good
but
support, too, in
The
Lansing.
Macon Whoopie, whatever it is.
There are a lot of minor league teams that, if they're not in areas that don't have a team, like the Whitecaps on the west side of the state by Grand Rapids, because you got to drive 2 hours, whatever, to go to a Tigers game. So hey, why don't I go for $10, $5? And
Right.
That was cool because Lansing built that new stadium,
It's a
Lug Nut
great stadium.
It's a great stadium. I saw Crosby, Stills, and Nash there. That was like the first concert to come through Lug Nut Stadium. And the logo, I remember, I was working at the alternative station with the Beagle at the time, and they would send us like T-shirts and hats and all that shit, trying to get word out.
It's the Beagle.
But it was fun going there because to East Point, for $10 you could get a beer and a ticket. You know, you didn't have to spend like major league money.
dude, sometimes you get dollar beer nights and shit.
Sure.
Dollar beer, dollar hot dogs
Sure.
and shit.
You guys been to that Jimmy John's one yet?
Not
I
yet.
drive past it whenever we would do our Hamlin gigs. I would drive past it, And I'm like,
Okay.
oh man, I got to go to that
Like, drove
stadium.
past- I went one time and got rained out, but I haven't been back. But apparently they
You're
added a
making
team.
fun of me for
Well,
not
the
going,
problem
and you went to a rain out once.
Yeah.
You live in an area. You live in a place that's very easy to get there. I like it, but honestly, going down fucking
Yeah, you're not
59
gonna
and
go.
all, it's so.
It looks tits though
They
from,
added
from
a
the
team,
freeway.
man. They added the mastodons, I think, or
Sure.
the woolly mammoths. One of the
Sure.
two. Woolly
Yeah.
mammoths, I think.
It's a great name. By
I
the way.
might have an inside track on being a mascot.
Hold on. You mean donning an outfit?
Yes.
They're not going to use Jay
There's
Detroit
four
Cast as a
mascots.
mascot, right?
They've got 4 mascots. It's like the rock hoppers, which is like a frog.
Sure.
They've got like the woolly mammoths,
Sure.
whatever. And then there's the unicorns and the beavers.
I'd want to be a beaver.
Of course.
If possible. Now wait,
Just
when
for a
you
day.
say you have an
See how it
inside
feels.
track, like they're like you might be able to don the outfit
Yeah.
and walk around
Yeah.
and fuck with kids.
Yes.
We have to make this happen.
know.
This has to. You know it's hot as balls in there,
I
right?
know. I was kind of keeping it on the down low, see if it would move forward.
How did you get this tremendous in?
well,
Who do you know?
Talk about it off air. I know. It's pretty big. I know.
What is the percentage that this is going to be? Because dude, I'll go there and film you all night.
Better than 50-50 that 2 out of the 3 of us could do it at the same time.
Oh, I'm in. I will be a. I will fuck with kids so hard.
Okay.
So like I'll be the mascot that's like, hot dogs, anybody? And I'll go up and put a bunch of mustard on a hot dog, give it to a kid, and as soon as he starts taking a bite, wham, right in his face. Wham! I'll be that guy. I will. I would absolutely. I'd trip kids. Would you
Do
fuck
whatever
with
you
kids?
want if you're not mascot.
Yeah, because all you got to do is go.
Whatever you want.
"Wah, wah, I'm just a mascot. I'm a goofy woolly mammoth.
No,
What
but
do you
the thing I
expect?"
heard about that, it's their own little league that they play there at
Yeah.
Jimmy John's between these 4 teams. They
Yeah.
play a whole league.
It's kind of like a mini, FC, the soccer thing.
well, it's like it's its own league. They have 4 teams and they just play each other
yeah,
over and over.
semi-pro. Yeah.
But they, the thing I heard, which was kind of groundbreaking, was that they're limiting the time of the games. Like an
Oh,
inning
no
can't
ki-
start after 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay, so they want like
They're-
no more than a 3-hour game.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got to believe MLB will at least look at that and see, like, all right, how did this work out? What is this?
You couldn't do that in the pros, could you?
Got to believe it.
I mean, to be
you're
sweet if you
seeing
did.
an experiment happen with your game.
Yeah.
Would hope they'd look at it because that's a major problem with MLB.
I want to go to a game there. That brick, I swear to God, like when I drive, I'm serious, when I'm driving on the freeway and see that, I'm like, dude, that really does look like a kick-ass stadium, you know? Anyway, yeah, millennials, of course, were up in arms about this. Lots of avocados. Mike Murphy.
Yeah, so is this supposed to get millennials to come to your game, like ripping on them?
I don't know what it is. If it's, you're trying to get millennials or you're trying to get older people to laugh
I think
at
it'd probably be
millennials.
more of that. That's what I'd probably think. It'd probably be
What,
older,
older
people,
people
like, oh, I'm
laughing
at
at
the
'em?
selfie area. Oh, I'm at I guess.
But
I
as a
don't know.
millennial, can't you just not react to this?
Are you serious?
Because you're proving
talking
their
about-
point. You're proving their point if you're like, this is an outrage. This is outrageous. I can't believe you're doing this to us. Mike Murphy, who's the VP of Fan Engagement. What a gig. Vice President, which means there's a president of fan engagement because he's just the VP. And he says this is one of 70 promotions the Biscuits offer for their home games, ranging from outdoors night? What is that? People show up with tents or something? Military Wednesdays and autism-friendly night.
Okay.
Which, does that say that there's like a non-autism-friendly night the rest of the year? If you're like, okay,
Is it
tonight
just
we're
like,
going to take
yeah,
it
do
easy
they
on
like when they have
autistic
home
people
runs that
today.
are not just like big loud sounds, like it's like home run. I mean,
What is it like on an off night when it's not autism-friendly night? Do they like have a home run and then they immediately put
up
a
and-
camera on Big E?
Go up and rub their back, right? And go, that was a home run.
Don't touch me!
no colors.
Don't touch
like,
me! Yeah, no colors, no drastic movements, no loud noises.
Well, this worked for the team because it got national attention, this millennial thing. So
Yeah.
For how many millennials that didn't
Dude,
buy
that's the funny
tickets
thing.
to
For
it,
all the
they got
millennials,
the
yeah,
PR.
exactly. And by the way, for all the millennials that probably aren't watching baseball anyway, you probably got some old people like, fuck yes, and
I'm
and
going
you know
to
what?
that
They're
night.
mad at it. Even
Hell
better.
yeah.
The Biscuits are my team going forward.
One guy was like, the insensitivity is and thoughtlessness is not fair or right.
It's awesome.
Riverwalk Stadium will have a condescending promo intended to ensure millennials never visit again.
Were they there anyway? It's minor league baseball.
Dallas Goodshall. Of course, your name is Dallas. Hi, I'm Dallas. I'm a millennial. I expect attendance to decline. over this. That's what I think. This is what
Do
Dallas
you?
thinks. I'm not going to go to it, so it didn't work on me. More than targeting millennials, it's sort of targeting older generations who like to make fun of millennials and like to say that millennials don't like working and don't like caring for themselves. Count me out. I want no part of this.
Was Dallas a big biscuit, attendee, as it were?
Huge supporter, season ticket holder, I think.
Right.
And now Dallas is out.
They are a sensitive bunch, aren't they?
Sure is.
I wonder if what'll happen demographically to their ticket sales going forward here. Whether this will be a overall plus or minus.
There are
risky for sure.
Oh, absolutely. There are some PR professionals. Yes, that's a real gig. PR professionals are going. Oh, they accomplished exactly what they set out to do. They're getting all this press, just like to your point, Jay.
So these minor league teams, Star Wars Night, the first one to do Star Wars Night. Everybody,
Yeah.
oh my God, Star Wars Night! Look at their jerseys. Didn't the Mud Hens do that first, or I don't know, maybe a Tigers affiliate?
They all do stupid.
Probably.
They all do crazy shit.
Yeah, just to
It's
get the.
great,
Oh,
though.
we have a
It's-
5-pound
I think
burger
it's
night.
cool.
Dude, remember that dumb hot dog I pulled up the other day,
Yes.
Yeezus? It had like candy all over it. It
Yep.
was like nerds instead of ketchup and cotton candy instead of a
On
bun.
a hot dog?
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just like, clickbait.
Kids are fucking retarded, man. When we went to Sweet Pie's class, and it was the Christmas party. Remember that? When we went to the Christmas party, we were
Yeah.
helping them.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Sweet Pie, and these kids, they had like a hot cocoa stand.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, the fuck are you? Why would you put whipped cream on your hot cocoa and then a fucking pretzel in it? And then they're just like, oh, it's colorful and it's sweet. Throw it on top. I'm like, dude, you're ruining this hot cocoa. Absolutely ruining it.
Salty and sweet? No, you don't.
Yeah, pretzel? I don't know what you. I get the other stuff you're talking about. But.
No, it was disgusting. E. These kids were just
I get what
throwing
you're saying.
all types of horse shit on their hot cocoa.
Oh, because when you're a kid, you think that like the idea of having like a
I'm
like
never
a
gonna get
Skittles
sweets
sandwich
again.
is good or something, like right, like
Yeah.
or something. You just think because you fucking like candy that you think like, oh my god, I'm just gonna make it. Didn't the Sweet Pie make something that was really crazy that one time that you had to pretend to like?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Like,
What was that?
It was like terrible, but you had the.
Oh,
had-
toothpaste Oreos.
No. But
Didn't
it was
she
something
make
she
which is
actually
illegal.
made
She
him.
should have been
It was
arrested.
It was
for
one
that,
of those
by the
things
way.
where a kid makes like, oh, I made you a sandwich. and it
Didn't
was
she
like,
make him Oreos with toothpaste?
Yeah,
in
that
them?
was
Yeah, but that was a
April Fool's.
prank.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought.
You didn't call the authorities on her for that because people have been
No.
arrested for that, by the way, because that's poisonous. Technically, you're not supposed to swallow toothpaste.
And Sweet Pie get
You
all the way in
absolutely could have had her
handcuffs.
ass hauled
I did
in.
get a tummy ache after that.
Remember the homeless guy that fucking died
Absolutely.
or something, or got really sick? And
I do remember that. People
Yeah.
tweeted that at me and were like,
you should have hauled her ass in, taught her a lesson. You know,
You know what's really good, Mike?
I mean, what? She spends 2 nights in jail. She's not going to do life, but 2 nights in jail might have taught her a valuable lesson.
Dorito sandwiches are good. Doritos on bread.
What were the Frito ones? People used to put Fritos in their sandwiches a lot
I don't
too.
know.
Or French fries. Yeah, I'm putting French fries in my PB and J.
I dip French fries and shakes sometimes.
okay.
That might be the worst thing I've ever heard. Jay, how we doing for email? We got any emails?
We do have some email,
What do we
Mike.
got?
If you'd like to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. Before we get to that, Yeezus, please join in.
And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug. Take it easy. We're gonna give him a best friend hug.
Here you go. E. Now's
Well
the
done.
time.
Well
Contact Realtor Doug Steinert. It's summertime, and it's time to list your current home and to go looking for your dream home. Contact Douglas today, 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug is the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. So call him today, 248-765-1781.
He's a great guy, and if you like tall people, you are gonna fall head over heels in love with
You'll
Doug.
love Doug.
You will absolutely love him.
is
Look at I just saw this.
Quite tall.
Minor league baseball team to fans outraged by millennial night. Come and tell us
Wait,
IRL.
hold on. What? Outraged by what?
They're saying they gave them, their message to the millennials that are mad about that was come and tell us IRL in real life that you're mad. That's kind of
It's a nice troll. Not a bad troll.
On to email. Aaron writes in.
No, for
He writes to the opinion providing department. I have coworkers who are TDC listeners who are not members. Following?
assholes.
What? How is that
Pieces of
possible?
shit. Absolute pieces of shit.
I've been asked by them to listen to something in the members area a few times.
Are you kidding?
I
me
tell
he
them,
was-
absolutely. Sign up for TDC membership and you'll be in business.
if Aaron said that he
If
was, if I've had balloons, dude, if he shares one fucking minute of member content with a non-member. By the roots.
I'm not a dick for this response, am I? Says Aaron. I don't think so. They brought up Netflix sharing, but that just feels different.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Netflix has hugely deep pockets. We don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's big corporate America.
Essentially what you're asking is if me and my two buddies went into 7-Eleven and they went, hey, will you steal me a Snickers bar? And you went, I didn't feel like stealing it for him. You know, am I a dick for that? No.
No way, Ron.
No,
You're a good
you're not
person.
a criminal.
Your morals, ethics.
Yeah, ethics, morals. You're morally grounded. You're a pillar of the community.
Upstanding.
Upstanding. Woo woo. All aboard. Best chance to board the A train.
Pulling into the station.
Yeah.
Noel.
Caboose joke in there somewhere.
I can't quite locate it.
Like caboose, like the end of the train, like an ass. There's a butt joke in there somewhere.
Noel writes in, the lead singer of The Worst Of, as you know, concerning rats. Hello, guys. I was in Chicago a few years back, and my brother's band, with my brother's band, they had signs in the alley that said something along the lines of "Capture or kill a rat and report it for a reward." I don't think this newly found rat problem in Chicago is all that new. Also, that same weekend, the guitar player dude stepped in a big human bum turd that weekend.
Oh,
gross.
Is there anything that would be worse than stepping in a bum's shit on the side?
In an alleyway?
Oh.
I wonder if Noel saw Big E getting a blowjob in the back of the alley.
Maybe.
Chicago. Who knows?
Get out of my
Please
house.
go ahead and look up a picture and a definition of a rat king. That's, if you want to bing them, that's R-A-T space K-I-N-G. Rat King.
This isn't going to be like a blue
Not
waffle,
the
is it?
character from Ninja Turtles. See ya. Noel.
A rat king.
Rat King.
Rat King. Let's see
You got
what we
anything
got
sweet?
here.
I mean, is it this? I guess.
What is it?
You're asking us. We don't know.
I
We
don't
asked
know what a
grossy.
rat king
Is it gross?
Is it gross? Is it a fucking destroyed vagine?
This says Image Rat King. I mean,
I got the willies already.
this one doesn't seem that bad, but I don't really know.
That can't be
no,
it.
that
Jesus.
cannot be it. If someone was like, "You guys got to check
You
this
gotta
out,"
see this. It's
you
it's a
you
cartoon
have to.
depiction of a rat with a crown.
He's got a buck
It
tooth
is
and a crown.
something else.
It is hilarious.
Noel wouldn't. Yeah, that's something Noel would do. More like, yeah. What is
the
that? Like
what is that?
a crown of dead rats? Maybe I don't know.
Looks like Medusa's hair.
What is it? Like all their tails are tied together or some
Yeah.
shit?
Are those?
Oh, a rat king. I don't.
A ball of rats. Our
Fucking
rat king's,
gross.
Our rat king's real or a myth, it says. The idea of a massive rat made up of many rats is terrifying. But
Is that what that's supposed to be? A massive
an
rat
idea.
made up of a bunch of little?
Imagine how many different
Yeah.
directions that rat's running. It's like the squirrels that got their tails sapped up on that pine tree. Remember that? The baby squirrels, or maybe
Yes.
E and I talked about that. When
Yeah,
we were
I don't.
out.
I don't.
There was
remember
like these little poops,
Yeah.
probably 6 or 7 of them, and their tails were sappy, and they got all intertwined, and it
No.
looked like that. They're all trying to
No.
go in different directions. Yeah.
that. Oh, that's awesome!
It
I want
happens
to
from
see
time to
that.
time.
What were they again? I'm sorry. What animal? I don't know.
They were squirrels.
Squirrels.
Yeah, the bushy tails.
Bushy-tailed
all
rats.
Sticky.
Jay writes in concerning the Man Show Boy, and he'd like us to know that in 1999, the Man Show Boy would have been 24, not 12, given that he's 42 now.
No. He came in studio with us. There's no. He was a kid.
Said there was a hormone deficiency, a la
I've never
Gary
heard that.
Coleman. I binged it. Looks like there was.
Really?
Yeah, he was an old dude.
Tell me that was not a 24
There we go.
year old
Look
man.
at those poops.
Look at these poops. We're all stick together. Yeah, I wish we didn't have these bushy tails. If we just had pink tails,
Yep,
this wouldn't
nude.
happen.
Wouldn't happen.
Look at these poor. Oh man, they probably are just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is going? Why do I have sticky hands and a sticksy tail?
Look at them all.
Oh, poops.
All wound together.
Do you know what happened?
It was just
Like
sap.
in the
Yeah, it was
end, I
tree
mean,
sap.
did they ever
Oh
figure it
yeah,
out?
it's like a Nebraska
They
Wildlife
said it
Service
happens
or
like
something.
5 times a year,
Yeah.
or no, once every 10 years.
They find
or
these little
something,
bunches
or-
of squirrels all whipped up
Wow.
like that.
It's kind of their version of conjoined twins, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Jesus, bing that. Is Man Show Boy actually old? I thought I saw that he was. Derek
What's his
writes
name?
in.
Aaron? Was his name Aaron?
No, it's Andy.
Andy. Yeah.
Andy
yeah.
It wasn't Andy Milonakis.
Milonakis.
was it? No
Milonakis,
way was
yes.
it? It was Andy
Andy
Milonakis.
Milonakis. Yeah.
I actually liked
Yep.
his show on MTV.
Yeah.
Is that really the Man Show Boy?
Yeah. Yeah. And he did get
So
it.
I'm looking at an image and it looks quite different. Huh.
Yeah, that was him. Andy Milonakis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's like 42, dude.
Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah, born January 30th, 1976.
Boy, it's not nearly as funny now to learn that he might have been a 25-year-old man doing those jokes.
Yeah, just as Emmanuel Stewart being Webster.
Yeah, George Papadopoulos.
Derek writes in concerning survivor's guilt. Gentlemen, while I thankfully have never experienced survivor's guilt myself, hearing your discussion about the duck boat caused me to think about a situation that would have undoubtedly resulted in massive guilt. Metallica in Sweden at 86 on tour supporting Master of Puppets. I remember seeing an interview with Kirk Hammett talking about the night their bus crashed. If my memory serves, Kirk said that he had the best bunk on the bus and Cliff Burton wanted it, so they drew cards to see who would get the bunk that night. Cliff drew the high card and thus took Kirk's bunk. See, I read something differently. I read that Hetfield had a throat issue, and so he booted Burton out of his bunk and put him up near the windows.
I know the documentary this guy's talking about, and Kirk Hammett definitely in that says, I had this bunk and we, gambled for it or something. And
Hetfield said he took the bunk.
Hetfield's full of shit. He's a known liar.
Okay.
He's a known liar.
Just
that or Hammett. I don't know. One of them is. But Hammett definitely in that documentary. It might have even been in, what was the big one where they really had that guy that was like teaching them how to get along?
Documentary? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was, oh, shit. Well,
A few hours later, that bus hit some ice and crashed, throwing Cliff out on the street where the bus ultimately landed on him. That must be hard to live with for Kirk, knowing that on any other night he would have been the one in that spot.
Yep.
Of course, he's now a multimillionaire and one of the biggest bands in history, so that probably helps a little bit. But he has a constant reminder of this every night when they're up on stage playing the songs off the first 3 records with Cliff. Yeah, that would suck. That is a good example of probably some survivors.
That would be, that would do it.
Anyway, keep up the excellent work, says Derek. Not just lately. The show helps keep me entertained on my commute from Commerce to Dearborn in my F-150 from Zott Ford, which
Very
is
nice.
which commute can be quite exhausting. Goodbye, BUI, Derek.
Do you remember the Kirk Hammett story in Scotty Ian's book?
Yeah, where he just wanted to go to bed, and those guys were just rocking it out in his house.
He was trying to break up with his girlfriend upstairs, and those guys like the Anthrax guys and a couple Metallica guys broke into Kirk Hammett's house because he had a big studio in San Francisco in the basement.
They all got drunk and were like, "Where do we go now? Let's go to Hammett's house and rock out."
They go downstairs and they just plug in and start fucking shredding.
Well, they broke in, right?
Yeah,
Did they break the front door or something?
Yeah, and Hammett comes downstairs and is like, "Guys,
fuck?
I told you I was spending the night here breaking up with this cunt. What the fuck are you doing here?" Kicks him out. They're like, "Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that." And Scotty Ian's like, I called him 2 days later and was like, "Dude, I'm really sorry we got hammered and did that." And he's like, "No, it's cool, man. I wasn't even mad at you guys. I just was so jealous I couldn't come down and rock with you guys." He's like, "That's why I was mad."
Don't tell the story, Mike. Make him buy the book.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that.
Dude, for the listener that
Forget
said
what
the
you
Man Show Boy was Andy Milonakis, he was wrong.
See, I think Andy Milonakis looks totally different too.
This is it.
Then where did
Harlow.
Andy Milonakis start?
I don't. He did start with Kimmel, but it was on a Super Bowl special or something. Look at dude, this is
okay.
And this suits your thing, Mike. 88,
okay, all right,
1988. This
Settle
would
down, poops.
Suit you more than it wouldn't, right?
Yeah,
because he's younger than me. That means.
Okay. So he was 12 when we were watching those.
I did that.
Can we get an image, Jesus? Because that'll solve everything. Because Andy Milonakis does not look like Man Show Boy.
No, let me see him. You got a picture of him there? Image. I'm a visual learner. Yeah.
Right? It's pudgy dude, but
yeah, you're right.
I guess all pudgy dudes look somewhat similar, but
I thought when you said his name though, it'd be like, "Oh yeah, that kid," because I remember his name. Him coming in studio, we had spent a weekend with the guy.
Jay, you can't just throw a wrench in things like this and just blow up our understanding.
Incorrect corrections. They're a nightmare.
It's brutal.
But I thought when E pulled up Aaron Hamill, I would have thought that I would have immediately recognized the name, and I don't recognize that name.
Can't you just bing who was the Man Show Boy?
That's what it says. That's on this IMDb page.
Settle down, poops.
I mean, this is.
Don't make me pull this car over.
This is what it says about this dude. This says
Aaron Hamill.
Right here.
He was 11 years old at the time.
There you go. See, not 24. Now he's funny again.
Listener Jay.
Jay's an asshole.
Come on, man.
Most Jays I know are
Come
assholes.
on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. All right. Let's get out of here. E, one last chance. Would you like to apologize for anything?
For what?
Anything you said yesterday? I mean,
No.
Look, Jay's giving you ample opportunity to clear the air and.
Get over it. Get over yourself.
Yeah, he's black.
Black.
The other guy's
That's what I
black.
said.
Of
You're
course he
That's
stinks.
not. You were the one saying he sucked, not me.
No. Not because he was black. You were saying he stinks because he's black.
That's not what I said.
All right, fine. You don't want to do it. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Is tomorrow the last show of the week?
Yes.
My word. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.